family, welcome back to This Was Tarot. I'm here to do another pick a card. So today I'm feeling like some resistance here. Just some resistance in the energy, resistance to the shift, resistance. I'm just feeling some resistance. So not in a bad way, but just in almost in an exhausting way. You know what I mean? Like, so we're going to do a pick a card. What is your subconscious? Okay, what are you resisting, and what is it within your subconscious that could be kind of, can we heal to stop the resistance? You see what I'm saying? Like there's something, because I feel like consciously you're not resisting. There's something, it feels like something very small, something very minute that just needs to be addressed to stop the resistance. So let's find out what that is. Okay. Bottom of the deck was discover once I got that done. So 3 piles. This is going to be fairly quick, and because I feel like it's kind of a serious reading, later this evening when I do my second reading for the day, we're going to choose a lighter topic. So if you have any suggestions, anything that you want to you want me to do a reading on later today, you can suggest it in the comments here on this reading, and yeah. Second pile. Third pile. Thank you. Okay. Okay. So, pile number 1 is going to be the inspiration card. Pile number 2 is going to be the blessed card. And pile number 3 is the happiness card. Thank you all so much for being here, for all of the, like, share, subscribes, donations, bookings, all of that. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. We're all just here healing together. So, okay, so for the pile 1 inspiration card, pile 1. All right, so what are you resisting? What within your subconscious needs to be looked at to stop the resistance? What is it within your subconscious that can be addressed to stop the resistance? Transformation. Some of you, it's like you're resisting this transformation, you're resisting the rebirth, because subconsciously it's a feeling of you don't know the steps to take. That makes sense with the inspiration card. Some of you, it is literally just your solar plexus needs to be balanced here, with both of these being orange. That makes perfect sense. So pile 1, ultimately, I feel like a big thing is your solar plexus could be looked at a little bit deeper here, balanced a little bit more here. Okay. But what is shifting for you is a transformation in your finances here, pile 1. So with that being said, subconsciously, I feel like you are blocking the drive because it's like you don't feel like your inspiration is good enough, your ideas are good enough, what it is that you're bringing to the table is good enough. So therefore that's kind of working on your solar plexus. Also, pile 1, some people are trying to pull this energy out of you because they don't want you to go where you're going. that's ultimately not going to work. You may feel some of the side effects from this, maybe feeling a little bit drained here. What is broken on the floor right here? Yeah, your root chakra is definitely healing here. So, and I think sorry, something is broken on the floor here. It looks like a peanut M&M. I can't be having that. And then we got duality and power, which are both red cards, which talks about the root chakra, which talks about your financial stability, your stability in life here, okay? So I feel like this transformation, okay, so ultimately, what needs to be worked on, pile one, I feel like big time, is just your lower chakras, okay? The lower three. I don't see any yellow out here, but I am seeing yellow in my mind's eye here. So I feel like, you know, your chakras from your heart up are golden, okay? They're in alignment, they're focused, they're on a roll, okay? And not to say that the three lower chakras are not in alignment. They just need to be a little bit balanced, maybe opened up a little bit more here, okay? And what's going on in your subconscious here, pile one, is a feeling of, it's like that lack mentality is still trying to hang on to you. There's just this feeling of not knowing when or how. Right? Like you have a lot of things that you want to do, a lot of plans, a lot of whatnot and whatever. But it's almost like your inspiration, your drive, your will is kind of being sucked out of you here a little bit. And it's because there is this feeling of not deserving where you're going here, or also just knowing if the inspiration that you have will touch anyone, right? Like whatever is coming to you, it's almost like coming to you at the wrong time, I heard, which in reality it's exactly at the right time. That's when you should shift your energy. If you're in the middle of doing something and suddenly you're getting inspiration to do something else, these are signs, okay? These are signs that maybe what you're in the middle of currently doing is really no longer serving you, and you probably shouldn't really do that anymore. And maybe this inspiration that you're having is something that you should focus on more. So, you know, it's right now I feel like subconsciously you're learning how to gain balance and maneuver through this 3D reality, because what I feel like is spiritually you, pile one, have shifted into the 5D, right? And this you're learning how to operate this 3D body with a 5D perception. Okay, there it is. I'm like trying to pull it out. I'm like, come on, spirit, give me some. You know what I mean? Yeah, that is what's going on here, especially with the duality card here. Okay, that makes perfect sense. It's maneuvering your 5D perception in this 3D reality. So what's fighting you is your 3D mind is sometimes still trying to snip in and stop your 5D perception from manifesting. Does that make sense? It's a feeling of lack and non-worthiness, okay? Also, I do feel very much so some of you, pile one, somebody is working on your solar plexus here, okay? Or I mean your sacral chakra, also your solar plexus, okay? Do some protection prayers. You know, understand that no weapon in the spiritual or the physical shall prosper, as you are, you know, highly protected, okay? So yeah, so that is what I have. That is what I have for you, pile one. That is what is shifting for you, but there's this little piece of inside of you of like lack and non-worthiness, that's in your lower chakras, okay, that you really need to focus on. So I'm hearing maybe just do, you know, a meditation that with binaural beats that focus on those lower chakras, okay, the root, the solar, and the sacral. Okay, maybe surround yourselves or do something with the colors red, orange, and yellow. I found when I'm working on chakras, certain chakras, if I paint my nails that color, for some reason, there's some sort of connection. I'm not sure. It's like, I don't know. But so that is what needs to be balanced out within you, pile one, okay, to kind of really bring through that inspiration. I feel like you're getting the inspiration, little tidbits of it, but maybe not as fluid as you want. And it's, yeah, it's because there's just a little tiny blockage there. Also, somebody's working on it. So, yeah, just, that's what I have for you, pile one. And I'm so grateful for every single one of you. And we will see you next time. Pile two. If you chose the blessed card, okay. Just like pile one, I'm hearing something about a lack mentality or not feeling worthy, or having a hard time. It's like controlling the outcome, okay? It's like you're still trying to put the matrix on blessings and miracles, trying to understand how that works. Listen, you're never going to understand it, and it's never going to make sense to you, and you're just going to be blown away every single time that God works in your life. And so that little piece within you, that little 3D matrix cell that's trying to hold on here, don't feed it anything. You know what I mean? Like, don't feed that cell a single thing. Like, put it in a cold place so it doesn't grow. And you know, like, come on, Karen, we're breaking free from the matrix here, okay? Like, it's time. It's time. Like, you create your own reality, and I feel like you are extremely blessed, pile two. And so there is this little tiny cell inside of you that's trying to attach itself to other cells, but ultimately these cells are like, nah. Like, I like it here in the 5D. Like, I get to do what I want, and I'm so happy, and I'm so peaceful, and I'm so blessed, like too blessed to be stressed. Pile two, that's what all your cells are saying, except for this one. This one is like, come on, man. It's like peer pressure. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, goodness. And intuitively, I feel as though you know that you are too blessed to be stressed. You know what I'm saying? If all of your cells except for one are, and this one kind of peeks in at the most vulnerable times, right? I feel like this is speaking on tangible things, items, money, vacations, trips, vehicles, houses, almost like, you know what I mean? Some of you are looking at where you want to be, and you feel as though you're so far away from there. Like, I'm never going to be able to make this happen, you know, in a decent amount of time. Like, it's going to take me forever. Yeah, no, this, it won't, because listen, when God works in your life, like, it's like miracles. Like, you never can tell. Yeah, again, we have transformation at the bottom of the deck here. So again, there is a shift that's going on here, but what you're resisting is, feeling like, first of all, I feel like some of you feel like it's selfish to want these material things, right? It's selfish to want to have, or you don't want to come off as materialistic, or you don't want to come off as money hungry, because that's not the thing, but you just like nice things. Am I right, pile 2? You just like nice things. Well, my friend, it is your time to receive here, okay? I feel like also some of you are maybe focusing a little bit too much on receiving, love from another person. And really right now in your lifetime, there's somebody from your past here that you're kind of just hanging on to like by a thread. And the reason, it's not even like you want to hang on to this person or anything. And ultimately the reason is forgiveness. You haven't completely forgiven this person, which, we all, forgiveness takes time, right? It's healthy to forgive everyone. Nobody wants, nobody should be holding any grudges or anything of that sort. But, it's depending on the wounds and the trauma caused by this person. It takes time, right? So, I feel like maybe pile 2, there's just a little bit of work that maybe needs to be done on your throat chakra as well as your third eye. Just a little bit of opening, a little bit of balancing here. Kind of opening yourself up to receive, right? I feel like, the universe wants to bless you with a lot of things, God wants to show up and show out in your life here, but it's almost like you're guarded here, pile 2. And so, that little thing within you, it's almost like some of you need to forgive yourselves for wanting a nice life. Like, that seems very odd to me. But if that's what you feel you need to do, some of you feel like you need to forgive yourself for not being grateful in the past. I understand that. I do. But just know, pile 2, what it is that you need to work on here is just balancing a little bit of your, your throat chakra as well as your third eye chakra. Understanding that it's not selfish or greedy to want nice things. It's okay to want nice things. It's also okay to be blessed, right? So ultimately, you just need to open yourself up to receiving. Pile 2. Yeah. Some of you, it's opening yourself up to receiving messages from your ancestors. Some of you, there are some relatives that have passed away that maybe you haven't necessarily forgiven them for some things done in their lifetime, and they're trying to come through here for you and bless you. But there's a little bit of forgiveness that needs to go on within that. There's this understanding, this knowing, this perception of, that person served their purpose, right? They did exactly what they were supposed to do when they were here, and they were doing it. I feel like they had their own generational curses to break and cycles to end, and I feel as though very much so that they did that work. Some of you may have jumped into something a little bit too quickly here. You know, you can go ahead and forgive yourself. It could be a business idea, it could be a romantic relationship, it could be, you know, some sort of where you feel obligated to continue on here. Definitely go ahead and forgive yourself for jumping in, as I'm sure you've probably learned that lesson several times. I know I have, but we all make mistakes. You know what I mean? Just know that at the end of the day, you're blessed. You're too blessed to be stressed. Think about where you were a year ago compared to where you are now. And I mean in your 3D reality, as well as in your mental thoughts, your spirituality, all of that, your connection with your ancestors and whatnot. You're too blessed to be stressed. So that's what I have for you, Pile 2. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. And we will see you next time. Pile 3. The happiness card. The happiness card. Okay, some of you, Pile 3, I'm hearing right off the bat, you just don't, you have a, it's like feeling like you deserve to be happy. Okay, but here's the thing, is I don't think it's like you don't feel like you don't, okay, it's like it's not that you feel like you don't deserve to be happy, right? But just this inner peace, this overwhelmingly beautiful sense of harmony and tranquility. It's like you don't know what to do with it. Like, oh, so I'm like waking up super happy every single day, and like I'm not really worried about anything. Like I'm totally golden. So what do I do? Yeah. Some of you, it's just your body is going through some purification here. Mind, body, and spirit here going through some purification, kind of cutting out some things. And I don't feel like you are intentionally cutting these things out. I think they're just cutting themselves out, right? Things that just no longer are a vibrational match for you. Some of it's certain kinds of music, some of you it's certain kinds of TV shows, some of you it's certain kinds of YouTube videos, some of you it's certain tarot readers. You know, as we all are on our own journey, I found that, you know, at different times, I used to watch a lot of tarot on YouTube, but now I found there's only a couple readers that I resonate with anymore, and I feel as though those are the readers that continue to do the work on themselves, right? Because we're all growing together, you know, together we rise. Like that's how I feel. And so you know, Pile 3, I feel like what you're resisting is just knowing and living in this energy of happiness. Not like you're making yourself mad or you're lowering your vibration on purpose, but you're reaching out to things that don't match this vibration that you're at anymore, because it's just, you're just so used to it. You're in this uncomfortable stage of switching from uncertainty to like, yeah, I'm happy. Like life is good, like I'm balanced, you know, I take care of my body, I take care of my business, I take care of my bills, I take care of my kids, I take care of my house. Like I am just balanced and happy, you know, mind, body, and spirit. So subconsciously what I feel like it's just the allowance, the acceptance of where you are vibrationally. Maybe forgiving yourself for sometimes turning back to those things that you're used to in this uncomfortable time. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I feel like pile 3, you could stand and meditate just a little bit more, and whatever that looks for you, okay? It doesn't always have to look like this, right? This doesn't have to be meditation, but you can, I mean, sometimes I use meditation, I feel as though I'm meditating while I'm writing, while I'm doing yoga, while I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like, that is a meditation practice for me. Running when I get the chance. Painting, drawing, anything of that nature where I'm doing something creatively, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a meditative state for me. So don't feel like if you were somebody here who has a hard time sitting down like this and meditating, that's okay. Just find another way to do it. There's all sorts of ways, and it'll resonate with each of you differently. But literally, your relationship with God and your higher self is developed by you. Okay? Like, you are the only one that knows how you contact and get a hold of and connect with, you know, the Creator and your higher self and your ancestors. Like, it's different for everyone. There's no one way to do it, right? And you create that connection. You create that way of contact. So don't feel like you have to do it one certain way, because we're all different. We all have different contracts, right? So yeah, so I feel like, you know, what you are resisting here is just sometimes you're kind of I'm hearing going back to old vices, because some of you it's out of habit, some of you it's out of because it's uncomfortable as you're letting these things go. It's uncomfortable to just not do them or use them or have them or listen to them or watch them, right? It's like something that you're so used to, so you become uncomfortable when you're releasing it. Well, first of all, you need to go ahead and forgive yourself. That's something that's subconsciously triggering within you, is the fact that you're allowing yourself to go back to these things, okay? Go ahead and forgive yourself, because nobody's perfect. And sometimes in uncomfortable moments, we just want to be held by the things that we're comfortable with. That's okay. Because at some point, these things are going to just remove themselves. They're going to shift out of your life, and you're going to allow them, because you are working yourself up to being comfortable with not having them and not being dependent on them and not, you see what I'm saying? So yeah, so, you know, I feel like that's really what's like shifting into your life here, is just pure happiness, just knowing that it's okay, that I can be happy without external things. I myself am happy just being. And I don't need coffee or iced coffee or hot tea or cold tea or beer or vodka or marijuana, or I just heard cocaine, okay, or cigarettes, or like all these things I'm just hearing in my head, or rap music, or you know, tarot readings, like binge watching tarot. Please don't leave my family. That's why I only post 2 times a day. You know, just all sorts of things. I can replace these things with things that are a little bit healthier. Some of you, it's like literally just like sad songs. Some of you, it's like violent movies. Some of you, it's like, you know, it's a little bit different for everyone. We all hang on to things that make us comfortable, things that we're used to. Sometimes for longer than we should. But you're going to get comfortable without them, okay? And you're still going to be happy. You're going to be happy without them. You're going to find other things that are better for you to replace them once you allow the space. But I want you to forgive yourself on sometimes turning back to them, because we're not perfect. And like I said, sometimes in moments of being uncomfortable, we want to be held by things that make us comfortable. There will be a point where they no longer make you comfortable. It's actually more of an uncomfortable feeling to be involved with this thing, or use this item, or watch this, or take on this energy, or you see what I'm saying? So it'll shift out of your life, just like everything else that no longer serves you. So just go ahead and forgive yourself for not being perfect. That's what I have for you, pile 3. Thank you so much for being here, liking, sharing, subscribing. I'm super grateful for every single one of you, and we'll see you next time.